Greetings everyone and welcome back to another recent video game pickup video. These are all the pickups from June. I'm running a bit late as usual, but I still have quite a few games to show you, so I'll jump straight into that and then I'll talk a little bit about what I might be doing with the channel in the future and some upcoming videos during my vacation, because I'm on vacation from work now, so I got a bit more time. And although I've been having a vacation for quite a while now actually, so I've been playing a lot of games, of course, and too many games perhaps, but I'm trying to set aside some time to do some stuff with the channel, perhaps some collection updates, you know, showing off different collections and stuff. I got quite a few messages from people wanting me to show off different parts of my collection, so I'll definitely be looking into that and maybe some other stuff. But anyway, now it's time for the June pickups, so here we go. First off, I got a couple of games for the Nintendo DS. As usual, I always do. It seems like every month I pick up at least one game. First game I picked up was Kirby Mass Attack, and it's still sealed. I haven't tried it, but I managed to find it at a reasonable price, so I picked it up. Also picked up two American DS games. These are both games that was never released here in Europe and probably never will, and that's Legacy of Ys Books 1 and 2. This is the I don't know if it's a collector set or if every version came with the CD, but this version came with the CD anyway, and it's still sealed. And I'm really looking forward to trying this one out, but I think I've already had that for the PSP. I have to double check. Also picked up a music rhythm game from Atlus. I don't think they developed it, but they published it anyway, and that's on Tamarama. And I've heard that this game isn't all that awesome, but it was cheap, and since it's never going to be released here, I might as well pick it up. Picked up a lone PSP game in June, and it's the recently released Gungnir, also published by Atlus. It's developed by Sting, which is a fantastic developer, and this is I haven't played it yet, but this is a strategy RPG, and strategy RPGs are probably my favorite genre of RPGs and absolutely what I prefer to have on the go. Strategy RPGs are excellent for portable systems, and well, it looks really amazing, so I can't wait to try this one out. Always nice with the Nordic inspired RPGs. Gungnir, it's the Spear of Odin, or Oden as he's called here in the north. Anyway, picked up one game for the PS3, and that's a game that's been out for quite a while in the States and in Japan, of course, but it just recently saw a release here in Europe from Rising Star Games. Can't thank those guys enough. They keep bringing out stuff here that other publishers don't want to touch at all. So sometimes we have to wait a couple of months extra, but it's always nice to have a European release of a game, even though the PS3 is region free, and I could have imported the game, and I thought of doing so, but when I heard that Rising Star was on a European copy, I usually try to keep my collection going from Scandinavian or European to American to Japanese. So if the game's not available over here, I pick up an American copy, and if it's not available in America, I pick up a Japanese copy, and that's the order I go for. And that's basically because I can't understand Japanese and I can't understand English. So anyway, the game in question is Rune Factory Oceans, and I think this is called Tides of Destiny in America, and I think it's called Oceans in Japan, so I think they kept that subtitle. Anyway, love the Room Factory games, love the Wii game and love the DS games, so I can't wait to start playing this. I have a friend who picked up the American version and he told me that it was absolutely amazing. So I really have to try that one out. Probably add it to a backlog because I have so many games to play. It's ridiculous. And that's what I've been doing during the vacation, you know, going through the backlog and stuff. And I burned through 3 or 4 games, and a few of those games are for the Xbox 360, and I usually try to go for the full 1000 gamer score because I'm such a whore. If possible, I'm not into grinding and, you know, finding people to boost with online. But I usually try to go through the game several times to grab all the achievements. Anyway, the PS Vita actually saw some love this month with the release of Gravity Rush. And this is still sealed, but I played the hell out of this when I was at DreamHack Summer, which is a big event here in Sweden. And Sony was there partnered with Coca-Cola, and they were having, you know, a lot of Vita units with different games for you to play, and you could have free Coke there. And you know, I love Coke Zero and I love PlayStation, so I was there quite a lot. So I played actually quite a lot of this. So I haven't opened it yet because I've had so many other things to play, but I will do so very soon. Also picked up Army Corps of Hell when it was on the cheap. This was one of the launch titles that I was actually very interested in, but since I didn't pick up a PS Vita at launch, I waited, I think, 2 months. I picked up Shinobi 2 and Disgaea as my first games, and those are excellent. So finally added this one. Still got a few games that I want to buy, but Uncharted, I'm not the biggest Uncharted fan, and I know it's it's one of those technical marvels for the system, but I think I want to see a price drop on that before I invest, because I'm not the biggest Uncharted fan. It feels like a game that almost plays itself. You know, it's platforming, you can't fail, and you know, stuff like that. But the set pieces and the action sequences are great. They really are great. But I'm not that kind of person that if I want to see an action movie, I can see an action movie. I don't want to play an action movie. A lot of PC love as well this month. I never go through the downloadable stuff, but I download things on PSN, Xbox Live Arcade and Steam and Gamersgate and all that stuff, but I don't go through them because they don't end up in the collection. So anyway, picked up the expansion pack for Civilization 5. I talked about this in my last video and how addicted I got to this. The expansion was just around the corner and bought it, and I've been playing the shit out of it. They added religion, espionage, and some tweaks to combat, and they also added new civilizations like the Celts, and they also added Sweden, so we can play as the Swedes now, and stuff like that. But my favorite civilization is still the Russians. I think the Russians, or I kind of like the Celts as well, but the Russians I think is good. They have great advantage, and they have cool music, so I always choose them. Anyway, when I was at DreamHack Summer, Paradox Interactive was there, and Paradox Interactive is a Swedish publisher that takes good care of those games and those developers that other publishers just toss aside, with niche games like very hardcore strategy games and stuff like that. Smaller developers, and they were handing out. I talked to some of the guys there, and they actually gave me free games, and I haven't tried them yet. So, but the first one is Lionheart, King's Crusade. You'll see. Nice sleeves on all of these. DVD in a sleeve. And this one I've heard is quite good actually, or it should be. I heard it was pretty bad at launch. And that's Sword of the Stars, Lords of Winter. Includes some DLC. I think all these three are strategy games. One in medieval times, and of course sci-fi setting. and this is Trading Management Warfare Commander: Conquest of the Americas, and this is probably some kind of 1600, 1700 strategy game with settlers. It looks a bit like Settlers but it's probably really hardcore because you know, those games they sort of have a look of not so flashy graphics and stuff, but they have lots of numbers and statistics and stuff, and I really enjoy that. Also picked up a game. I bought this off eBay. Actually, I really wanted to get this game again because the guy I was rooming with when I went to, I guess it would be, I don't know if it's college. Well, I was attending the university here. We shared an apartment, and he was an avid PC gamer. He preferred the PC every time, and he played a lot of adventure games, and I love adventure games, and he introduced me to the Sherlock Holmes series. I already have a couple of these games. I have the Jack the Ripper one, which I think is excellent, and this is the one that introduces the Cthulhu mythos and H.P. Lovecraft's writings. It's called Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, and this is the remastered edition because the developer Frogware, I think it's, yeah, Frogware, they took the original game and they made improvements on it. Improvements to, you can now switch between third and first person, and they improved the graphics with lighting and stuff like that. And I really wanted the remastered version, so I bought it, but the seller forgot to, you know, he had a piss poor picture of it, but it looks like the whole thing has been, you know, sunk in water or something, because all the borders of this is very, very damaged, scratched and wobbly, and it's just really sad. It was really cheap though, so I can't really be all that pissed, and the game seems to be working, but I really wanted a nice copy, so I have to find another one probably, but I picked up one up anyway, and I've been actually enjoying it quite a bit. Picked up my very first Japanese game. That all of my Japanese games that are supposed to have a spine card have a spine card. All the Saturn games, Japanese, I have spine cards. All the Japanese PlayStation 1 games, basically all the games that are in a compact disc jewel case have a spine card. Even for my PC Engine. And this is the first game that I picked up that doesn't have a spine card. The seller wasn't sure, and it was so cheap, so I took a gamble. And that's Monster Maker for the PC Engine. This is the PC Engine CD, and it doesn't have a spine card. It's complete with a manual, and the CD is in perfect condition, but no spine card. It's not the end of the world. I enjoyed, you know, having stuff complete with a spine card, but since I got it so cheap, I can't really complain. If I find it complete sometime, I might pick it up. But it's on a Japanese RPG, so I probably would never understand anyway. But on the cover alone is so cute that it actually warranted the purchase. I only paid like $1 or $2 for it with shipping, so nothing too bad. Also picked up 2 games for the Nintendo 3DS in June. The first one was Bit Trip Saga, and I know you Americans have had this for quite a while, but it just recently got released here in Europe, and or at least here in Scandinavia. I don't know. It might have been out in the UK. I might be wrong there, but I picked this one up. It's a great game, of course. I had this game and the other one I'm supposed to show you right now. I brought both with me when I went to DreamHack Summer, so I could play some games before going to bed at the hotel. The other one is, of course, Heroes of Ruin. This one I have actually completed as the Savage, and that's the muscular guy up there with the fangs. And I played the demo of this before, and I thought it was decent. But I always thought that dungeon crawler on the go is always something nice. So I bought it. I'm a bit disappointed with it. It's still a great game, and the multiplayer is phenomenal actually. Even though I'm not a fan of joining others games that I don't know, because the loot system in this is you can run around and pick up all the loot, and the other guys can't pick up anything. So I don't really feel like playing this with strangers that are just being asshats. So I really want to play this with friends, but that's possible, of course. You can set up private games, and it's excellent, and you can use the microphone on the 3DS to actually communicate, and it works very well. On the single player side, it's decent, but it's not it's not Diablo or anything. It's not of that quality. The randomized dungeons it's not really much that's randomized. The dungeon layout doesn't change all that much, and it looks pretty similar in all areas. It's the jungle with the same. It's a jungle area with the same basic dungeon layout, and then it's a crypt with the same basic dungeon layout. So it's not amazing, but if you have people to play with, it's extremely satisfying, and it's a lot of loot in this game, of course. I think this game is just about to come out in America, so good on you. I don't know if we can play with you guys, but hopefully we can, because it would be nice. And as you can see, I have resealed. I didn't really talk about that, did I? I have resealed these since they are resealable plastic bags, and that's because when I reorganize on the shelves, or when I take out a game or put one back, I scratch the bottom. Some scratching on the cover is going to happen. So I've bought some plastic resealable bags for DS, which basically is resealable plastic bags for jewel cases. Can be used for PS1 games, DS, 3DS, and Saturn and stuff like that. Japanese Saturn, of course. And I think it's pretty nice, because if I want to play the game again, I can just open it, take it out, and when I'm done with it, I can reseal it. Works fantastic. Looks pretty good as well. Of course, I think I would prefer not having the bags, because it's you can see those. You can see it's in a plastic bag, of course. But since I play a lot of my games and replay them a lot, I think that this is better than trying to hunt down new cases when you scratch the front, the plastic that protects the cover. So I really think that was the way to go for me. Also picked up 2 games actually 3 games for the Xbox 360. The first one is X-Men Origins, I think. Yeah, no, X-Men Destiny, sorry. I haven't played it, still sealed. Got it very cheap, heard it's really bad. And the other game is Lollipop Chainsaw. I resealed it because I have played it through and I got all the 1000 gamer score. And I love this game, I really do. It was very quirky, very funny. Made fun of a lot of different subcultures, music, gaming. I thought it was really cool. Of course, there was a lot of topics about sexism and how women are portrayed in gaming. And of course, there is some issues in this game that might be questionable when it comes to those topics, but I still enjoyed the game. I just felt like having a good time, and it was really, it was not the sexist jokes or the fact that she has a really short skirt that was bothering me, because I changed her outfit from the get-go anyway, because when I bought this game I got the DLC code for the Ash outfit, and we all know Ash from the Evil Dead series and Army of Darkness, and it's the ripped blue shirt and the black jeans and the shotgun on the back. I just had to go for that. I don't care if it's not revealing enough. It's badass. So I had Juliet running around as a female version of Ash, you know, with short black hair as well. It was pretty cool. Loved it. Usually love Suda51's games. I think Shadows of the Damned, which was released last summer, I think, was a great game as well. And I didn't think it got the praise it deserved. The next game I picked up is actually I actually have this already for the PlayStation 3, and it's the American version, which is different. And when I last went on eBay, I saw that the PlayStation 3 limited edition of this game is extremely expensive, and mine is still sealed, so I didn't really want to open it. But I bought the European version as well, and that is Metal Gear Solid: The HD Collection Limited Edition. I've been eyeballing this for quite a while. It was like 120 euros or pounds when it was first released, but I managed to get it for 45, I think, with shipping, which is nice. And it comes with a t-shirt, an art book, and a steel book case for the game. And and then this big box, of course, which is, the bigger the box the better usually. Until I'm running out of space, then they can start making small boxes again. I also got my very first and probably last donation, which is pretty funny. It's a guy from work, and you know, he played a lot of video games when he was younger, and I don't know if he still does, because he usually just talks retro games. But he usually when we meet each other in the hallway, he is like, "Hey, when's the next episode coming up? I really want to see what you've been adding to the collection." And I'm like, as soon as I get some time, and he's really pushing me, which is nice because he enjoys the videos. And I'm such a lazy bastard, so it's good to have some, you know, encouragement. And he basically came up to me one day and said, "Hey, I have a lot of old NES stuff at home. Do you want them?" And I'm like, "Sure, I can." "Are they complete?" is the first thing I ask, because I only collect complete stuff. And he's like, "No, I don't think so, but I'll check." So he went home, and he to his, you know, I guess it's his brother who is living close to where his old parents live, I think. And they were, you know, cleaning out the closet or whatever, and found a lot of NES stuff. And none of it was complete, sadly enough. But he was like, "No, nothing is complete, but we'll give it to you." So all I had to do was pay for the shipping up, which I was glad to do, because it was, you know, it was free stuff, which is excellent. And a couple of these all are Scandinavian copies, which are, you know, if you think Scandinavian copies here in Sweden, Finland, Norway, and Denmark is it's the preferred release for a collector, because the manual was in the Nordic languages and, you know, stuff like that. It was imported by a company here called Bergsala in Sweden, who released everything here, and they still do. They still release all the Scandinavian Nintendo stuff. Anyway, some of the things. The first thing in the batch was a Game Genie. I don't have one of those, so it was pretty nice to have if I really want to cheat. I never had this one as a kid, but I think I would have preferred it much more when I was a kid and was struggling with, you know, Ghosts and Goblins and stuff like that. Also got a pirated game, you know, one of these. I think it's a Thai game or something. It's got 64 different games, but obviously it's more like 20 different games or something. It's rehashed, reskinned. But some really nice games on there, of course, like Adventure Island and Super Mario Bros. 2 and Tetris and The Goonies and stuff like that. And it also came with a converter, of course, and this I can use for Famicom games, because it's you stick, so it will fit in the European or American system. And then this one, so you can jank it out, because you can't reach when you've pushed it into the system, which is nice. And then on to the games. I got another copy of Battletoads. I already have this complete, but I mean, I haven't double checked if this cartridge is better looking than the one I got, so I might change. Got a copy of Super Mario 3. I don't have this one complete, so I will be scouting out the box and the manual for this one. Also Scandinavian, of course. Also got the F-15 Strike Eagle. Chip and Dale. Already got this one complete. It's a great game. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the Scandinavian copy. I don't have this one. Need the box and instructions. And this one is quite expensive actually. 2 or perhaps 3 games in here are a bit average, a bit above average when it comes to the price. Even though it's just the cart only, it goes for quite a lot of money. That's Bubble Bubble. This is the Scandinavian version. It's in really nice condition. Bucky O'Hare. And this one is probably the most expensive of them all, and that's Euphoria. Scandinavian copy. I don't have this one, so I would really like to have the box and the instructions for this one. Rocking Cats. Standard copy of Super Mario Brothers. Bigfoot. Robo Warrior. And lastly, Wizards and Warriors 3. And wow, Wizards and Warriors. I remember I really loved the Wizards and Warrior games when I was younger, and the Game Boy one, Fortress of Fear, was like so sublime. It was hard, but it was really good. I remember the music also was very good. Would be nice to see some new Wizards and Warriors games, perhaps on Xbox Live Arcade or something. There's something very appealing on a knight in full plate armor doing those cool jumps. So of course I really want to say thank you to the. He's a really great guy and very funny. Johan Larsson, thank you very much for the games. It's going to be some work to try to find all the components and make them complete, but it was really nice of you and your brother to send them my way. They're going to have a fantastic home and life here in my collection, I can assure you that. And that's it. That's basically all the games that I picked up in June. And of course we're in the middle of July right now. I'm so late with this video, so I've got a lot of games that I've been buying in July, a lot of retro games as well. So I will show you those at the end of the month. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been getting a lot of requests for showing off my collection and room tours and stuff like that. And also people who wanted to look a bit more on some of my obscure items, like the Dark Souls press kit. Stuff like that. So I really want to do something like that, but it's chaos in here. As you see, these shelves are pretty neat, but everywhere else is chaos, and that's because I don't have all the furniture I need in here. I have too big a couch in here so I could play, but I need, smaller. I think I need some chairs or something instead, or because it's too big. And then I have two big TVs in here, one old CRT and of course a new Full HD LED TV for the newer systems. And I have some glass cabinets and a lot of small figures and doodahs. So it's chaos, and the room tour is not actually in the works until I get everything in order. But I will start making some collection video updates, and I got a few for both the Nintendo Entertainment System, the 8-bit system, and of course Nintendo Wii. I got a lot of requests to show off, so I might have to do that. I've also heard some requests for my Xbox 360 collection, which is, of the modern system, is the biggest, because I buy all the multiplats on there. So yeah, I will probably make some videos concerning my collections very soon during my vacation, so there will be something else on my channel except pickup videos. And I also want to start doing some, you know, top 10s or stuff like that, because I enjoy watching them, and I would probably enjoy making them as well. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today, so have a good one.